Hillary.
You big Hillary guy, Ian?
Oh, yeah, dude. I got a tattoo of her.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got all of Pete Davidson's tattoos.
I know, yeah. Well, both our dads died when we were 8, but I don't fucking milk it to get shit. No, it's incredibly tragic, and I feel for him so immensely and deeply.
Right. If anyone knows it's pain, it's you.
Yeah.
I don't care about anyone's dad dying unless it was in 9/11.
Well, time for me to start lying.
Well, I don't know why you don't.
Right.
I would say my dad died in Pearl Harbor or something.
Oh, wow.
I like how I look like Ian's giant son next to him.
Oh, I love
You guys look like Fabergé eggs. Like the small one and the big one.
We're a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah. And we only have the big one and the tiny one. All the other ones are missing. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
on.
I love that.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a conversation.
Just jump in.
I don't like when people are like, all right, welcome to
welcome back.
We're here with Ian Fidance. You know, we've never met.
Gazooks.
Yeah.
Dude, your house is amazing.
Yeah.
This is such a... can I tell you, I hate LA and every piece of shit around here, except for the friends I already have and like the friends of their friends. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But everyone else sucks, and the fucking traffic blows. Obviously, nothing on earth there.
I
You
hear
know what
ya.
I mean, brother?
Never heard that before.
And but I drive with New York attitude. Dude, I was bobbing and weaving, zipping and zopping, threading the needle, dude. I'm fucking like, dude, I made screeching tire noises because I went through a red light.
Yeah.
It felt so good. I just got a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, passing these fucking losers with a mask on, alone in a car, worrying about a fucking disease. It wasn't even real.
I know. That's nice to hear someone finally say.
Yeah. They probably thought you were Armenian.
Yeah. Hello.
That's like our city's Puerto Ricans.
Really?
Yeah.
Except
Oh, wow.
way more hated.
Yeah.
And they don't hit any home runs. Yeah.
Do they play loud music?
They play like loud like trap music, and they celebrate their genocide like every year, and they like block all the streets and shit.
Oh,
Yeah, they
And
have
it's
a big parade.
They do
just like the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Except it's not like live, and they're very
Is it just
segregated.
as stabby?
No, it's
The asses are the same.
They just
Really?
they kind of make people tired with their cologne. You kind of yeah. That's their weapon of choice.
Dude, I didn't know that like Brea is full of like like cholos and stuff.
Oh yeah. Anaheim is kind of like the Hispanic part of LA where they're all like conservative and like they'll like report like their family members to like ICE.
No wonder I loved them.
They're like the Trump supporting
Yeah.
like Mexicans.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been killing with a cholo joke. And
that's the area.
do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go for it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Next topic.
Okay. What's a cholo call a cow with 3 legs?
What?
Not even. Dude, crushing.
Do you remember Clay's joke about cholos? This guy we did open mics with.
Oh yeah. Do you want to tell it?
Yeah, he goes like this is a Hispanic girl responding to a joke I just made. Stupid.
And then he had another joke that was like, I'm gonna create a dating app for cholos called "Okay, Stupid." Like I'll go out with you, but you stupid though.
That is
Yeah.
genius. That's incredible.
Now you're doing comedy in like the fun part of LA. Like if you were over here, it's like they get real sensitive and stuff.
I didn't
like,
do any comedy while I was in LA. I was like, I'd much rather just kind of like hang out and not be like, I have to get up at the bleep blop.
Well, those suburbs, like I call like Brea, it's like to me, like I guess I'm like an LA elitist because I'm like in the city. So it's always just been like a freeway off ramp town where I'm just like, you get on and there's just lots of Dave and Buster's. And
Well, that's Delaware. Delaware is a drive-through state. So everyone's like, I'm driven through Delaware, but I've never stopped. You know, it's like people don't even think it's a state. People are like, what part of Pennsylvania is that in?
Yeah.
What city is that? I'm like,
Right.
you stupid, disrespectful bitch.
You're doing shows to fun people.
Yeah.
Although I think your show tonight might be canceled because they all just got indicted in the January 6th hearings.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know. It's just a big distraction from gas being $8.
Dude, I just, $40, it filled up half a tank.
Yeah.
I know, it's insane.
But thank God we gave all that money to Ukraine,
I know.
right, fella?
You're supposed to...
What do you think? Chime in once in a while. Are you just a fucking mannequin that sits here as a seat filler? What the fuck is this?
He picks his spots.
I can't keep up with that. I mean, what am I going to do? Talk over everybody?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
He's the Opie of the show. Occasionally he
don't
goes,
know.
hold on.
We need to take a caller, Ian. All right, shut up.
I got to read jokes from the internet.
This is my show. This is my show.
All right, let's go to Pal Talk. Greg from Cincinnati had a funny thing to say.
Yeah, Greg says Ian's retarded and gay.
Correct, Greg. Now
Great
let
job.
me prove it to you.
Great job, Opie.
Yeah.
And then Anthony's just shining a gun in the corner.
On his 7th Bud Light.
Yeah, Anthony's painting one of his guns white.
He's trying to make it look like a replica of the shooter in Buffalo.
Yeah, right. He's got big red mammy lips on the barrel.
Anthony's just in the corner miming the stomping scene from American History X. Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm working out. Mind your business.
That's how he works out.
I got to do 40 stomps every morning.
Practicing curb stomps at a 24-hour fitness.
He went to stomp the yard on opening night for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. He grabs a dumbbell and then just does this 40 times.
I gotta do.
He goes, this really gets the muscle going.
I gotta look in the mirror and do my 50 you're not welcome. You see this? It means you're not welcome.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, lifting a cross is a really good workout, guys. It's
It
like
is.
flipping a tire.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ian and I were talking about this, like, because we've never met, but I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know, you're like the people's comic. You're like this, like, very positive figure online to me. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that, but you really do. I've never met you, but I'll look at your videos and my day will be, I'll just be happier.
That just made my
I
day.
feel like you, like, created Trader Joe's or something.
No, it's just I've experienced unfathomable sadness and I never want to go back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ian creates adventures in New York like every day. Like,
Right.
he'll just be like, yeah, I have a 7-foot-tall blind friend named Mangoes.
Yeah.
And that's true.
I did.
He said he almost picked up a homeless guy on the way here. Just give him a ride.
Yeah, people were honking because we were talking. Yeah. I gave him a 20 and I go, don't spend it all in one place, pal. He's from Dallas. He
Yeah.
made his way here.
He's actually a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
No,
I
truly,
enjoy that.
yeah.
I like being, I can't get down with like negativity and stuff. And
Well, you've come to the wrong place, I think.
Well,
maybe, but-
I enjoy talking to strangers. Like when someone's got a name tag, they got it for a reason. So I'm going to call them by their name. And dude, today at Starbucks, this chick, because I got this Ghostbusters firefighter shirt on. I don't know if you can see the, ow. Sorry. The
that's
back.
a sick shirt.
Right?
Yeah.
So this woman was on the phone and she was like, hold on. Oh, where did you get that shirt? I was like, I live in New York. I went to the Ghostbusters firehouse. She's like, I'm moving to New York. I could tell you were from New York just by the way you were standing, because I was so mad that they were taking so long. Because some girl was talking with her dumb bitch mom in line, not knowing their order. And then they get there and they're like, Mom, do you like a lot of pumps? And I'm like,
Is there anything worse than like the people at Chipotle that act like it's a new thing to them?
Dude,
They're like,
it is
how does
so
this work?
infuriating.
Right.
And I'm standing there and I'm like, what the fuck? And this woman talked to me, made me feel better. But she wants to get this shirt, and then she's moving to New York, and we talked, and I just like talking to people, and
Strangers
I
and
don't
people,
know.
yeah, sparking up, yeah.
I like to bring a spark of joy to wherever I go. And I got to be honest, I've been told I'm best in small doses. Yeah. But dude, I didn't know you were a beater boy with the fucking.
Oh, I love dressing like I owe people money, and it's my favorite thing.
I was gonna wear a shirt like that, but I didn't. So that's kind of the cool stuff I bring to the table.
You guys do look like 3 different type of deadbeats.
Yeah,
It looks like
yeah.
I'm the cop who arrested all of you guys for racketeering.
we look like you took Devin and then smudged him with a thumb and ended up with the 3 of us. And then for Jace, you just left too much of the ink.
You stamped, it was running out, and then you spilled the bottle.
Yeah, right there.
I love you. You're the only guy who has like a handkerchief that you just have
Well, I
handy.
sweat a
you have
lot.
it. Yeah, it's hot as hell in here already.
and I
but-
use it as snot rag.
Oh, really?
My grandfather
That's
had a
interesting.
handkerchief, and he tried to get me to use them, but they were white, so you could see his like boogers.
Right.
But I use this because my dad wore these, and also it's a symbol in the gay community. You're hanging out of your pocket so the fellas know what you're into.
Oh,
Which I
okay.
didn't know till
You're going
later.
cruising.
Oh, now you pipe up. We found the God key to get him out of his shell. Mentioning anonymous sex with gay men. Look who shows up.
Well, there's still no cruising signs all over LA.
Really?
Oh,
Because it was
Silver
so
Lake, we're in the
popular.
area. Yeah, Ian, if you want to see some no cruising.
I thought this was Glendale.
No, this is not. We're in
'cause
Echo
Glendale
Park, Silver Lake. Yeah,
brings me back because I
that's where all the Armenians were. That we were
trauma
talking
in
about.
Glendale.
What happened in Glendale to you?
I got a hooker and I got the address mixed up and I showed up in the middle of the night to an abandoned laundromat and it was at the Econo Lodge next door. And the ad said black chick with perky tits.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be droopers with a scar on her head.
Yeah,
And I was like, well, I'm here anyway.
Yeah.
And there was a man in the room that wouldn't leave, and he just stood in the corner like the end of Blair Witch. And,
Like facing the wall?
yeah, yeah. And then there was someone like underneath a blanket that looked like a dead body, but they were wearing like roll up.
Boo Radley was in the other bed.
And then I asked if we could kiss so I could get hard. And she was like, no.
No, they hate that.
And then while we were fucking, she legitimately goes, time's almost up. And I was like, oh, God.
Oh,
And
man.
then she lied. It was like, we should hang out next time you're in town. I'm like, you're not getting my money again, Sienna or fucking whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So,
you
so
really told her.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
I will say, I brought her Red Bull snacks, and I said, keep the box of condoms.
Wow, what a gentleman.
Oh,
what a guy.
Yeah, that
you brought her
helped.
gushers?
That helped her out.
No, I know. I made her do it. No,
So you
it was-
still went through with it, even though there was a strange man in the corner that was likely going to rob you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Were you, like,
have a
drunk and
problem.
stuff
No,
and-
I was totally dead ball sober.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Do
No,
you
I have
take
a
the
problem.
pants
Well,
completely
being
off, or
horny
do you-
will take you anywhere.
That's
honestly.
true.
Like,
Yeah, no, I get in a mode of like where
Yeah.
my brain stops working, my eyes go black like Wing of Crow, and I just like straight up
Yeah.
do these things I don't even want to do, and it's like I gotta work on like not.
I lost
doing
my
that,
virginity
you
to a black prostitute. When I
Nuh-uh.
was 18 and on Burbank Boulevard. in,
Really?
Van Nuys, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it was.
I knew
We're
it.
the same.
I knew
dude.
it.
I knew we were the same.
knew
I'm just
it.
a little less positive.
Oh
but-
my god! Well, that's why I'm here to pause you up.
Weren't you a sign spinner at the time?
I was, yeah. I made I made $87 bucks a week sign spinning.
Like, he's literally the guy like that, and then
But
he
I
goes
wouldn't
like,
spin it because it was like nobody was watching me. So sometimes I would just throw it behind a bush and I would just wander around
So
town
you
and I'd jack
were-
off at like Vaughn's and
Arthur Fleck in the beginning of Joker.
100%.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
Joker.
But they were, instead of the guys chasing to rob you, it was a black hooker that went to rob your
it
virginity.
was so brutal. I had the same thing where I was just wandering around a parking lot. I was like, "Where is this?" I wandered into like, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm in a Denny's right now. This isn't the lobby of
Yeah.
the motel."
Yeah.
Got there. It was just so sad. She was
Yeah.
like playing like really crappy, trashy music on like a fake iPad, like, and it was sitting in like a cup thing, you know. So it that was like the speaker.
Yeah.
And she was like, handsome man.
this Cookie Monster?
She was huge. She was huge. Pictures she
Pussy
looked.
in my insert penis.
She literally, her
Yoda.
pictures, she looked like she was in like the 50 Cent candy shop video. And then
they
I got
fool
there
you.
and it just looked like she went to a lot of candy shops. It was brutal, dude. It was one of the most. And then I came
She
and like.
listed at 50 cent, but she was $1.50.
I came in
I'd
8
punch you and
seconds.
knock you out.
She put like 50 condoms on me. Like I was just
Oh
like
my
I had the
God.
plague. It was horrible. And then it was, and then I left and I was like, I didn't even feel anything. I just came. It was so sad.
Yeah.
I just wandered out and then I wandered across the street to a McDonald's and I got myself a little ice cream cone. And that was
Wow.
the best part of it.
So you
Yeah.
won in the end.
I won in the end, but
There
it
it is.
was brutal.
You fucked John Coffey from the Green Mile.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan. May you rest in
No,
peace.
no, it's
Yeah.
good. All that.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
fine.
Listen, Ian's
Why don't you
supporting me. Yeah, all right. Richie, we'll get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think you should leave.
I always thought I remember when I was looking to get when I wanted to lose my virginity and I just got the prostitute. I always found it interesting that the ads the lingo they would use, like when prostitutes would say like sassy, like that was like sassy, sassy, classy girl, like I'm a sass, but like who wants to pay for like sass?
Well, I looked up, so there's a site called eros.com because I got rid of Backpage, and I'll look it up just to peruse every once in a while, you know, dip my toe in, but don't go in the water. And some of them, for like their bio, it's like, personality. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool.
Oh, sick. Like, I just want to talk. Like, let's do a podcast.
Well, I got a prostitute in Minnesota years ago, and I couldn't get hard, so we just hung out and ate trail mix in my bed, and I made her put my glasses on, and we took a selfie. Let me see if I can find it.
Just taking proof of a crime.
Yeah. And then the next day, I got a trans hooker, and I got bad cocaine. I gave it to her and kept the good for me. And I took a picture, and you can see her balls hanging down from behind. And on her leg, it says like goddess. Let me see if I can find this. Talks amongst yourselves.
Personality.
Yeah, personality.
That's what I'm paying for. I'm paying for, no. Like, the sassy thing was always just like, I don't even get how that works. Like, I walk in, you put 200 on the table. They're like, I ain't touching your dick. Like, you picked the queen of sass, sugar.
Yeah. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
She's trans?
No. She was normal. Here's a old.
Oh yeah, you can see those balls there. Yeah, just the
Man, and you can see a little bit of the cocaine.
Oh wow, yeah, those are balls.
Yeah. I gave her what I'm pretty sure was drywall dust.
Yeah.
And again, with her, I couldn't get hard, but I ran out of trail mix, so I was like, let me just eat your ass for 20 minutes.
Was that back in the day when there wasn't really like fentanyl in the shit?
Right.
So you were like, whatever. She can.
No, I legit got coke at this place called the Gay 90s, and then I walked out and got coke from a guy on the street, and I'm pretty sure it was like drywall dust. It was like the hardest. He's like, this is that rock. And I'm like, yeah, it's gypsum. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
What was I doing, really?
This guy knows a lot about coke. He doesn't do it anywhere. That's why he won't speak.
You coke guy?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Are you
Still
sober?
am a little bit, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, I'm not
No,
sober.
you're not. What are you talking
What do you
about?
do about
I will.
fentanyl?
I did it.
Aren't you scared?
I'm terrified of this.
I
I've
mean-
never done coke in my life.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Haven't done it once.
Dude,
Never,
I
never
gotta tell
once.
you, as like a sober dude, I feel this weird responsibility when I'm around people. If coke comes up, I'm like, do not do it around me, and do not do it tonight, because I don't want it on me that like I was around you, left you, you did coke, and then you die. You know?
Yeah,
Right,
There's literally
right.
like 4 comics that died
Dude,
last
and
year.
that
Yeah,
is
did
a
you hear
nightmare.
that thing over
that
in
is
Venice?
a nightmare.
Yeah.
I could not imagine, you know, and like, I don't know, I just don't like it. Even like Molly, like if a little bit of fentanyl is in a bag in the corner and it touches something, you're fucking done.
So fentanyl's in Molly too and shit?
They're putting it in Molly.
Yeah, you can't really do.
I thought I could go get. I've done Molly once. It was the best time of my life.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
wanted to do a little more.
I did. Is it in Xanax at all?
Well, that's like a prescription. Are you? Is there like?
I used to buy. That was like the only like harder drug I would do. Is I
Yeah,
would
but that's
buy
coming
Xanax.
from like a pharmaceutical company.
You would figure
so-
it could just be stamped like in something.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm buying it from a guy who lives with like 18 roommates. So.
Or they're like chopping it up or like putting it on a table and it gets contaminated, or you know.
Yeah, a comic in DC that we knew for a second. He died of fentanyl. And I think it was because Richie thinks it's because it was a humid day and all of it, clotted
God.
to
A
one
bunch of other
side.
people did it, and then they
just
all
all
got
got
sick.
sick,
But he died, and it like can all clump like
That's
DC
so
humidity.
tragic.
Yeah.
I just don't know why anyone's
sad.
doing coke
Like, it
nowadays with
clumped
how
in
many
his
people
lungs?
are dying.
Yeah,
like-
dude.
No, it clumps in the bag,
So
like in your
he got-
pocket. So then when you go to do it, it's all in like one area of the bag.
So he
Instead
got
of-
all of it.
okay.
The rest just got
So
some.
you got like a super high dose.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
OD.
And also it's like the messaging for it is like, well, if you're gonna do it, just test your drugs. It's like, no, why don't we try to like
Yeah, how about no?
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just say no didn't work, but I feel like because there was like so much ignorance at the time, like I feel like we should change the messaging and
It's because Nancy Reagan was saying it. We're like cool, like we're saying it now.
Right.
Like,
She
didn't
just
say
say
podcasters
no.
are
She
saying
said
no to-
podcast.
Nancy Reagan was pretty cool. She used to suck a lot of dick.
I was gonna say
apparently.
she didn't say no to Mr. T's cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got a stamp named after her.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah.
Really?
Big old cocksucking
Giant,
face.
giant stupid bitch stamp.
Yeah.
Just evil cunt.
Yeah. Would you like $1 for the cocksucking cunt camp? Cunt stamp? Fuck. Ian, you throw me off. Get out of
Jason,
here.
get the fuck out of
Great, buddy.
No, you're
We just all threatened to kick each other off the entire episode.
Ian, what else was
Someone
your?
rubbed you the wrong
What
way.
was like just booze and coke basically when you?
Yeah,
were...
I drank alcoholically. Like, I drank like people shoot heroin, just like all the time.
Wake
pass
up,
out,
bottle.
wake up, drink, couldn't
Yeah.
stop.
You would drink
know.
like mouthwash and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that actually you feel a little like tipsy from just drinking?
Yeah,
Mountain?
but I would do this mental gymnastic thing because I was living in a halfway house at the time in Delaware, and I was moving to New York, and I was kind of like slowly dipping my toe into like drinking again, and I would do this thing at work where like, so bitters. Do you guys know bitters?
Yeah.
You,
The drink mixer.
Yeah, that has alcohol in it.
Really?
Yeah, so I would get like, I'd go, I'd announce, I have a stomach ache. I'm gonna get some bitters and Coke, or bitters and ginger ale, and I put in there, dump the bitters in, and be like, and then I'd see someone, I put my drink next to someone's drink theirs, and go, oh, whoops, to like be like, you're not choosing to do it.
Yeah.
So then I would be in the bathroom and I'd put mouthwash to like gargle, and then I'd walk to my room and go, well, I can't just spit this out in the trash can. I might as well just swallow it. And I do that like 10 times. And
Get
go to
used
work.
to it. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, it's fucking nuts what like the mind does to excuse certain behaviors.
Well, it starts like living off of it, right? Like your mind, it's kind of making like the booze like a part of its body, right? Like you kind of, you can't just stop drinking if you're like a full blown alcoholic,
No,
right? You kind of have to wean off it, right? Or,
well, alcohol withdrawal is the only withdrawal that can kill you. Like heroin,
right.
coke, whatever. It's hell. It's terrible, physically hurtful and painful, but you can't die from it. Like you have to be put on like Librium or like, if you do it yourself, just like Xanax and weed to like wean your way off. But it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it literally like sends your body into like toxic shock or
You can have
whatever.
you can have seizures. And,
Yeah.
Like I was in detox one time. They had to put me in the bubble, which is like this area in front of like the nurses' station, so that if something happens, they can like immediately.
They had to
get
separate
to
you from the trans hookers they arrested.
Oh, I wish I'd have stayed in.
You would be like Templeton the Rat at the fair.
Dude, the legitimately the only friend I didn't talk for the first 3 days, and everyone had bets on if I was gonna spill my soup on me because I was like shaking so much when I was like eating. And the only person I talked to was a stripper from Middletown, Delaware. And once I got out of the bubble, I went to my room and we had to wear like medical scrubs and slippers. And I had a wet dream. And when you detox off alcohol, you can have hallucinations. So my hallucination was, first of all, also my roommate, there was a smoking cage. So like you went out and there was like a chain link fence, and that's where everyone would smoke. And the guy would take out the cardboard box with the cigarettes, and everyone would go like a bunch of rats to cheese. And like, oh, let me get Newport Short. And then, dude, my roommate got someone to drop off heroin and some works to him over the fence.
Oh, nice.
He pulled it in. So while I'm having this hallucination, so I hallucinate, I'm in a pink room with this huge pink rat, and the stripper is in the room trying to blow me. I wake up, I have a wet dream all over my medical scrubs, and I look over, and my roommate is shooting heroin into his toe.
oh god,
And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
that's so existential.
And,
That's just
and when I got intake, they had, because this is like a down and dirty detox, they shower you off. They like spray you off. You have to get naked. You have to squat, cough, so like you don't have anything in your ass. And I'm in there and I'm covering my dick, and they're like, Ian, what you got behind your hand? I go, my penis. They go, we seen all kinds. Let me see it. And I was like, okay, here's all of me. They had to like check all my shit to see if I wasn't hiding anything. And before that, they wouldn't even let me in because I was too drunk to go to detox. They just sent me to the hospital.
wow.
Jesus.
Fuck.
And I spiked my IV bag like a football and sprayed blood on the nurse. They had to lock me down and put me in a mask.
Oh my god.
Your Hannibal Lecter?
Because I kept being like, I don't know what the problem is. You can give me more vodka, I'll be all right. They're like, fuck, this is so sad.
How long ago was this?
This was 2010. My buddy dropped me off because I fought him in my kitchen because he tried to take away my vodka. So I like tried to fight him. And then they literally rolled me into the car, dragged me out, and dropped me off at the doorstep of the detox. Like, no, he's actually too drunk.
Like, we can't let him in.
Yeah. Wow.
Did they have to like load you back in the car and figure out where to drive?
Like, take
where do they take you after that?
The hospital.
The hospital.
So they can like medically drain you and like, or like pump you
Like
full
your
of
balls.
saline, and they get this woman to suck you.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
You
it's
come
great.
out all of the addiction.
Yeah. Just a huge Jamaican woman in a Scrubs outfit.
Yeah.
I'm here to drain your balls.
Yeah. I'm here to drain your balls, man.
You got the big gums, boy.
It's Chet Hanks. It's just Chet Hanks. Hey, Bumbleclap boy.
Bummer boy.
And Z-Way's like, is there anyone you want to apologize to?
Ian
He's like,
Fidance. I
Ian
didn't drain
Fidance.
the balls correctly. I
Shout
left
out
some cold.
Denzel.
I didn't drink your cum enough. Lord of mercy.
I spit instead of swallow.
There he is, coming alive with the gay shit again. I'm loving it.
Wait, so is this like jail or it's just a rehab place?
Yeah, like who the fuck was your dad, Jim
Yeah,
Norton?
what is your deal?
No, massive amounts of childhood trauma that I didn't deal with, and the only way I could
Why
access
not?
emotion and sadness was through a bottle. And once I found it, that really let me unleash the sad. But it's like, dude, it's a gnarly, gross. It is across the street from a jail, and it's like this gross place. And God, man, one of my dear friends, Jill, who I met in rehab a year beforehand, brought me like magazines and my slippers, and she was like such a cool like ride or die friend, and she ended up dying from heroin. But that's the thing, when you're in like rehab and like all, they literally make you go, hey, turn to your left, turn to your right. One of the people you looked at will be dead within 5 years if they don't stop. Is it going to be you? And then legitimately most of them do die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, you're good now. You did the steps and everything.
I'm great.
Yeah, yeah. Just
No, but
big-
it's constant. You got to keep going.
You have a lot of energy. I think a drink, you could use a drink.
yeah, we all
Get 'em.
I know that's not nice,
Get 'em.
dude.
That is
you're
a big, like,
testing his
no-no, right?
sobriety.
Never-
I
That's
would
not
love
cool.
if you just cracked a beer.
That's
as
not
you said
cool.
that.
I know, right?
I pour some Coke on the table.
Oh, give me the Fenty. Fenty, Rihanna.
So how soon after that did you like start comedy and stuff?
Oh, I didn't start comedy until like a year later.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I lost. I didn't lose my job. What happened was I showed up drunk. And I had already taken like a month off to go to rehab, and then like, dude, I was on fire. I was like working during the day for this construction company, doing my own side jobs at night on the weekend. It was like great. I was like ripping and running.
And you're probably just trying to fill the hours.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
dude.
right,
And then I got so
right.
busy and I was making money. I was like, I don't really fucking mean anything. Well, I'm good, And dude, I fucking started drinking again, showed up work, fucked up. And I was just starting to get jobs on my own. Like they finally started trusting me to put me as like the head carpenter on like jobs, So I was getting like a ton of responsibility. It was everything I wanted, and I just got fucking wrecked. I showed up to work, and what I thought happened was my boss is like, get out of here, don't come back. I was like, all right. So I left, didn't talk to him again, didn't call him, so much shame. Then in 2012, I like went through, everything was moved to New York, and I found out what job site he was on. I went back and I was like, Gene, I'm sorry, man. I was in a bad spot. You were so good to me, and I'm better now, and I'm sorry you had to fire me again. And he's like, I didn't fire you. I told you to come back when you weren't drunk, and you never contacted me again.
Yeah, because
And I thought I got fired.
The construction industry is nothing but alcohol. It's an addict.
Yeah. And when you're good at your job, they let you fucking slide
right.
on shit.
Right.
And I fired myself by accident.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know that he was like,
No,
just
he's-
dry out and come back. I thought he meant like, you're done.
Yeah.
And so for 2 years, and then I show up like, he's going to love me and say, good job, pal. And he was pissed. Did not like it. Like very upset at me still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gene, I'm sorry.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll say, whatever. Never mind.
What?
Why?
What was I gonna say?
Say his last name.
I was going to.
Come on,
I was going
publicly attack him.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't going to attack him. I was going to say, this guy's a fucking angel. He gave me so many chances. He was such a solid, good guy. Family, generational company. Really, really good community guy. Wonderful man. Truly, truly a great guy. His last name is Mulligan.
Oh, there's a
Which
joke to be made.
Is a term in golf for getting a
redo.
second
A redo,
chance.
yeah.
A redo. And boy, did he dish him out. You know?
That was a long way to go for that.
Yeah.
That's good wordplay.
I had to be like, he's great, because, you know, I'm like talking about him.
Right.
I'm not going to be
I'm
like,
sorry.
hey, listen, you bald bitch.
It's getting hot in here. We're going to kill each other soon.
Yeah. He straight up was like, hey, you don't need to get a saw. You can just cut through the lumber with them teeth. I was like, gee.
I don't want to come off as vindictive, but it's time for you to go. I'm sorry. I wasn't sitting here seeing
And
you.
we're really not attacking just out of insecurity.
I
You gotta leave.
I wasn't
worried
waiting
about
for my
you.
chance to pounce, I swear.
Do you realize how I just got my 10,000 steps in walking around the block for that one pun? Mulligan thing? Like, kill me.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You check your iPhone, it's going to say 10 miles.
Yeah. You drove us across town to show us the cool bird you found.
It's like,
Ian, that's a crow.
look at this rare bird.
Yeah.
I am sweating and running out of steam.
It's like
really
you're
hot
testifying
here.
before Congress right now.
What is the age of consent?
Your Honor, I just like the trans women. I'm not gay, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm just a simple boy.
Your Honor, his
that
name
is-
was Mulligan.
I couldn't help myself, y'all.
Made a simple joke. Everyone, the whole town grabbed pitchforks trying to chase me out.
Yeah. Ian's testifying for Johnny Depp, just going on a log
Bunch of people
rant.
with pitchforks. Hack.
Yeah. Ian waving at the fire like Frankenstein.
You're just making it bigger, Ian. The fire likes oxygen. Just stop fucking talking. Ian's responsible for every fire in LA for the last 20 years.
Yeah. Ian's got to go high in this castle he just helped build.
Ian's just looking at some dry brush like, his name was Mulligan.
Nothing? Guess I'll take another Mulligan over here. Let me blow you, man.
There really is something about how hot it gets down here that makes you
No,
kind
it
of
makes you,
I'm
makes you
losing
start.
it.
I think it might be our new thing, though.
I'm
we
losing
get
it.
people
No.
like goofy.
like by the end it's like do the right thing almost. You're like, what's every slur
Yeah.
that I remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, we just leave and we burn down a small business.
Yeah, I'm gonna get choked out by a cop because of my boombox.
We really didn't anticipate this.
I'm Radio Rahim.
Yeah, but you're just playing-
Rahimian.
You're just playing Joe Rogan Experience on the boombox.
His N-word.
He's like, I told you we don't want to hear that shit about the vaccine.
You're like, you're just some Italian guy like, turn off Dr. Robert Malone. Enough of that shit.
He was removed from Baylor. He's not an accredited doctor.
He didn't even invent the fucking vaccine. Oh shit.
Are you okay?
What just happened? How did you do that? Are you okay, Ian?
All right, Richie.
Give him
help
a
me.
hand. Give him a hand.
Give him a hand, Richie. Oh God.
All right, well, get him out of the chair. This is gonna
Now
paralyze
he's
himself.
coming up with the chair.
Oh my god.
Give me a hand, folks.
That was like $1 Million Baby.
Oh, that'd be so great. That'd be so good for the podcast if Ian died on set.
Ian just paralyzed himself.
We come in, we're like, we just came back from Disneyland.
And you know they would still cut the clip too for Instagram. Put the captions on it.
And then I would just do a smash to like donate here. He's actually in a lot of pain.
But it's
He's
just
not doing great.
It's a link to the Patreon.
It's a trick.
You see why you don't come in too hot?
Yeah.
You see why you don't come in hot?
Dude, I'm in hot because this place is a sweat, don't you? Holy shit.
Oh, you got to pace yourself like Richie,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. We're gonna try and get H. Foley down here to kill him. That was a mean shot. Don't even know the guy.
Cut my tattoo.
Did you really?
Oh, what happens when you cut a tattoo? Does it kind of permanently damage it?
It's not good. Yeah. Oh, I think I did a little.
Did you actually like hurt yourself with it?
you all right?
No,
Are you
I'm
okay?
fine.
You good?
Right.
You
I'm
good?
fine. No, I thought that was fucking great. I fell out of my chair laughing. I wouldn't want to do and be anywhere else. Ow, and I hit my shin.
You actually, he literally fell out of his chair laughing. Oh god, that would have been so bad. Imagine if you.
I literally grabbed his hand because I was like trying to like predator handshake him back up.
Is that it would have been so great for promotion if he did paralyze.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ian doing stand up, just like, hey guys, how's it going? Yeah.
Truly, it was in slow motion as I was falling. I was like, don't pull down the green screen they don't use.
I've used it literally like once. It's just here to make it look like I do a lot of work.
Yeah. They paid $15 for that.
You're gonna green screen Jace with the big Indian from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest behind him, just standing there.
They're gonna green screen it so I'm the same size as everyone.
Little Jace in the cupboard.
Yeah. Little tiny guy. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fucking fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm dying.
Man.
Yeah, shit.
I could have a cigarette.
You know what? I won't stop you from lighting one up in here if you want. I can open this window.
Really?
I usually don't let people
Would
smoke
you guys
in here,
hate that?
but-
No, for you, we'll do
No,
that.
I mean,
ahead. You're our guest.
Put your body on
You
the line
smoke
for the
Marlboro
podcast.
Reds. You're already
Yeah, you got
halfway to
hurt.
Lieutenant Dan.
Ice cream. I just have a little portable toilet.
Yeah.
I make Jace clean it with his tongue.
Lieutenant Dan, she's got a dick.
Yeah, but you ain't got no dick, Lieutenant Dan.
My favorite thing during the BLM riots was
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right,
Don't make me fall out of my chair.
was sending that clip from Forrest Gump going, I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party. Just me showing up at rallies.
You think it's a Grateful Dead show? I'm looking for a miracle, man. There was, well, I don't know if you remember this. It was like during the height of my.
I said that when I was on pause with Sam J. Actually, that's why they didn't use it.
Oh my God, that's fucking great.
Totally kidding. No, I just yelled about how Louis didn't do anything wrong.
Right, yeah.
Correct, but continue.
We got the Louis case, by the way.
Yeah, take a look.
Yeah, on
Ian.
display.
Anytime you
What
want.
is it?
It's hard to find them on DVD nowadays.
Oh, no, wait, that's cool.
Yeah.
You mean to get this autograph for you?
Please.
It's just me writing it with my left hand.
Yeah. You spell it Seekey.
Yeah. It's in cum.
It's fentanyl all over this DVD case.
Oh my God, I gotta take my shirt off. I'm sweating so
It's so fucking hot. I'm gonna open this window.
Yeah, we'll open it
It wasn't
up.
open.
Dude, I'm sweating.
Pop it off.
I know. I'm sorry. It's so hot.
No, it's all right. I love it.
No, I remember one of my favorite things during that whole time was I you know the face app where you can
Here,
morph
just
faces.
throw it on your pool of blood right over there.
There he goes. See? You need to pace yourself, Ian.
There it is. There it is. Old. 52 minutes in.
Yeah.
It's all right. No, I want you to feel comfortable again. So go ahead,
Yeah.
rain down on me.
Yeah.
Do
We
what
only
you
have
to
3 more
do.
hours left.
What were you saying, Jace? What
Oh,
were you saying?
I used
Your
the
favorite
face.
moment was
His favorite moment.
What was your
during
favorite
the
moment of
race
BLM?
riot?
I took the Face App and I morphed Ian with the George Floyd shot. And I just sent it to Ian like 7 a.m. in the morning.
Edit.
Edit that out. My apologies.
2 drug addicts.
Oh my God.
I mean, obviously, this is a big bit of our podcast. Have you ever seen the Judge Joe Brown take on George Floyd?
No.
We've just been doing
it's
a
kind of
regular
a favorite of ours. We might as well show you.
You gotta
I don't think
see
I've
this.
seen this,
You've never
actually.
heard anything like this before. You haven't heard this take, rather. Let me see.
You
I
never
do
heard
love-
this take from an old black man.
It's
I love
interesting.
old black men.
They're the best.
During the pandemic,
rare.
I became best friends with my friend Chloe's dad. This old black dude named Vinny, who spent like years in Sing Sing.
Okay.
He's the fucking shit, dude. He like his story. I want to do like a podcast with him. He's like the quickest, slickest old soul brother.
Yeah.
But he's like also like very hotep. and like says these outlandish things, and I'm just like, 3 seconds of research. Hey Vinny, yeah, that's not really correct. He's like, yeah, well, that's some white shit.
You're on white Google right now.
Wikipedia, some white shit.
That's what they want you to think.
Bing is for the brothers. Pull up Bing.
Yeah. Ian, you were created by Jacob.
Dr. Yakub went wild with you, boy.
You use Ass G's, I use Ass Jaws.
I don't think I've ever seen a black guy named Vinny.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's
I was
a
literally
shit,
just like,
dude.
is he like just a very
He's
tan
a shit.
Italian man?
Is he self-hating? Like he wants to be Italian?
He's the fucking best. We fell out of touch. I gotta call, maybe I'll call him.
Yeah,
today.
He fell out of touch during the riots.
Yeah. No, but he is like, he was like really immunocompromised. He couldn't. He's the only non-Hasidic people in his apartment complex, like old Hasidic Williamsburg. And I used to ride my bike and like bring him and his wife Valita sandwiches. And we had a little breakfast club. And it was just me and like all these older black people. It was amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was
just
the fucking best.
Hasids are terrified of you guys.
Yeah, it was just me apologizing the whole time. Yo, no joke. So, what is the festival they do, Sukkot or whatever, where they chop up the chickens?
Yes, I
in
know
their
about that.
shacks,
Yeah.
right.
What do they do?
They chop the heads and they like sprinkle the blood around the kids during a festival.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they're archaic beasts. So they are. So fucking. We're like standing outside, we're smoking, me and Vinny, and this guy comes up and he just goes, "You want to make money?" And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You work for me right now, you make money." And I go, "How much?" He goes, "Don't worry, we pay you after." And Vinny's like, And I was like, no. And he goes, a boy like you don't want to work and make money? I know boys that may want to make so much more money. I'm like, are you trying to sex trade me or get me to carry your dead chickens around? Like, what is happening? Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to get you to do, was carry the dead chickens?
Yeah, like do the chicken cleanup.
Right.
Ah, man.
Yeah. And he was going to like give me money. I'm like, what?
Do you think, how many times do you get asked, are you Jewish, like going around Williamsburg?
All the well, not as much anymore because I kind of like learned how to have a look of like, don't talk to me.
Right.
But it used to be a lot.
You could just like go through Williamsburg and just pull women's like wigs off, can't you? Can you? No, I mean like don't they all have aren't Hasidic women? Don't they like technically shave their heads and they're wearing wigs?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I had a Chinese cab driver in New York tell me that when I went to the airport. He goes, "They're fucking crazy, man. They're fucking crazy, the Jews.
Dude,
they chop the women's hair off." And
There's nothing better than a foreign cab driver because they just love talking about every other race.
It's the best, dude.
I had a guy in San Francisco one time. He was like Cuban, and he's driving me around. He's like, "Hey, you like this like lady with a fat ass walked in front of the car." He's like, "You like de mamacita?" Huh? And I was like, "Sí." He's like, "Habla español?" I'm like, "Un poco." That's literally all I know.
Yeah.
And then we're driving a little further. We drive past Castro Street. He goes, "Castro Street, no mamacita, actually the Mercon." And I was like, "Yeah,
Very good. Yeah, you're like, I love Maricone. I love putting a little salsa on it. And
That's the fruit from the cart, right?" Yeah.
It's a deep fried little pouch.
Yeah, no, you get the hot dog on the shopping cart. You put a bunch of mayonnaise on.
Every Uber driver I've had in New York or taxi driver, they're like a madam or a pimp. Like I had a lady driving me from the airport, and she was just like talking about the women, and she was like, very nice.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, I don't know, just
Dude, I was late to the airport. My Uber driver gets it. I get in the car. I'm late, and I'm like, how long till we get there? And she goes, no speaking English. And I was like, listen, if you rush it, I'll give you a big fat tip. And she goes, I'll get you there soon. And I was like, oh my God.
Right away, Mr. Fidance. Yeah, pushes like the Men in Black button.
Holy fuck. Damn. Oh man, I am fucking dying.
Yeah.
What part of New York you living in?
Williamsburg.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever come out east?
Yeah, I was in New York like a couple months ago to
Film.
get cut out of a show. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was in Williamsburg for a little bit. I like it. It's nice, but it feels very, I don't know, it feels like very like
Jewish?
too nice or something. Like
What part were you in? You were probably by like the water.
I was right by
and
the
shit.
water. Yeah, and I just
that's-
kind of felt like I was in like a fake New York.
That's a super expensive like blah 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 part. I live in the like Puerto Rican area. I'm like right between the Williamsburg houses and the Hasidic area.
Okay.
So like it was like all families for a while. Like when I was straight, there's a field in front of my apartment that they all play baseball, like softball.
Yeah.
And all the old men have like stitched uniforms. The whole
Hasids
neighborhood
do.
comes out. No, these are Puerto Ricans.
Oh, it's my apologies.
Yeah. No,
I got excited for a
kidding me?
second.
Yeah, no,
It's like they can
can't-
play sports.
No, they
don't play sports.
Yeah, they don't take off their penguin suits. So they play like domino. It's like so fun, so communal, and I used to like drink and like hang out with them and everything. And then like the neighborhood obviously like changed or whatever, but it's still got like a little homey type feel.
Right.
Like my neighbors are like real cool. It's funny. I like my like long because I've been there since 2007, so like my long-term neighbors are like we're very like first name big, and then like I say hi to like a white that moves in, I'm like hey, and they're like you know. But dude, this Hasidic guy came up to me the other night and he's like how far away am I from blah blah? I was like down that way, and he goes I just moved here, I maybe I'll stay if I make friends. And I was like, is this guy cruising? You know? Is this cruising USA?
Yeah.
But I like characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And then New York's the place to be.
I almost like gave him my number to be like, I could have a Hasidic friend.
Yeah, why
You
not?
know?
Yeah. You could help him light his candle on Saturdays.
Yeah,
you
give
know?
him a nickname.
I literally had that happen because my brother lives in Beverlywood now, which is
Yeah.
like the real upclass, like Jewish, but a lot of them are still like practice.
Yeah.
And I was house sitting for him. I hear a knock on the door, and I go out, and it's just a Jewish man this big. And he's like, "Oh, I thought Ben would be here." I'm like, "Oh, I'm his brother, Jace." And how you doing? And he's like crushing his hand. You big fat lady.
Ben's,
Nice to meet you.
You want to
Come
see my
in.
butterflies?
Ben selling him baby dicks in a Ziploc bag, like
Black
fucking
market.
cocaine.
I just like to suck on them while I work.
Just cut off fucking circumcised dickheads.
He eats them like crawfish.
We like to cook him like a calamari.
He's Italian.
Yeah, he's Italian now.
Yeah, nice.
It's my
nice
brain is
aioli.
shutting down.
Oh, you're doing nice aioli.
I'm an Hasidic Jew.
Hey, look at me. I'm a fucking Jew.
Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a Jew.
Ever since I could remember, I wanted to suck baby dicks.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a landlord.
No, but he answers the door. I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you." He goes, "Can you light my candle?" And I literally was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, "You gotta light my. It's the holiday. I can't light it." And I was like, "Oh, the fucking."
They're not allowed to light it on their own?
They're not allowed to like turn on any appliances, light anything. So I
Jews
literally-
are weird.
They
Yes.
can only suck baby dicks.
And they all have like that fucking Jewish thermometer out front of their door.
Yeah.
What is that thing?
And they're Jewish.
And they're goddamn
Dude,
Jews.
it's terrible. It's fucking horrible.
Dude, I will say, I think like the tradition of religion is cool. Like just like these old like things that people did to keep them in line and like
And
whatever. But
community as well.
And communal. I think
Yeah.
that's so fucking great. But at a certain point, you have to like mold it and change it to like update.
Yeah.
And the
Right,
fact that they're
right,
like
right.
so insular and also like, yo, divorce is not allowed, and if a woman tries a divorce, they'll be intimidated by the other Jewish men. Like they'll show up and bang on the door with hammers
'Cause you need to
follow
get
them
to
around
get a divorce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is not okay.
There's literally
you know
like,
what I mean. Like
there's
that's
paid enforcers
insane.
for like her dad will hire enforcers to
Yeah.
make the husband like get her a get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just realizing that's from a Sopranos episode.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me.
No, it's
Oh,
like
no,
episode,
you've already
it's like
seen
season
it.
2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's in the early seasons.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
The guy. Yeah.
Spoiler: the Hasids kill Tony.
That is what happens. Yeah. They talk his ear off.
You just see, you just see that huge hat trying to get through that diner
Yeah,
door.
it cuts to black because the sound guy just couldn't keep recording, and they're just like, "Fuck it, just end it, just end the show. It'll look artistic to people. These fucking Jews ruined it."
You know who didn't stop believing? The Jews when they had only 2 days worth of oil.
And on the first day, the
And
Maccabees,
on the first day, Mr. McAmee got a very bad tummy ache.
no Pepto back then.
Tony, I also woke up this morning. I also got myself a gun. My daughter, she's trying to get a divorce.
Is that a gabagool? They're just eating gefilte.
Exactly.
Oh fuck! That was so funny.
Oh man. But yeah, I wandered into like Greenpoint when I was in New York. I like Greenpoint. It was
it's not bad.
nice,
All right.
fine,
Good
yeah.
little place.
Yeah, it feels a little
Polish, very Polish.
very Polish, yeah.
I went to a Polish AA meeting one time.
yeah?
All spoke Polish, and I was like teetering on drinking again.
And they
so
were
I was
all
like,
drinking during the meeting.
Yeah, just stunk like vodka. But I was teetering on like if I should drink or not, and I took it as a sign of God to be like, see, you can't understand it, so I might as well just leave. You know?
I mean, it is like a bad punchline. Like walk into a Polish AA
Mulligan?
meeting.
Oh.
I just
His name was Mulligan. We've
you
left
see, I
for
got
hours. It's nighttime.
You're just walking into a wall. Mulligan.
Yeah.
Mulligan.
You just see the sun come up, the moon come up, the sun come up, the moon come up.
Mulligan.
Ian's got a huge beard. We sealed Ian in here to film podcast until he's
It truly
dead.
feels like I'm in a cargo container. It is insane, dude. What
I know. I
the
should have warned you. I apologize.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm fucking having the
That's
best
crazy.
time of my life.
It is hot as hell. We got to figure this out.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to get rid of the fan noise. I don't have the energy right now to figure it out on the this
Can't
weekend.
get like a cold AC.
We will.
Costs money.
You're like
Get
the
it.
first guest we've really had that I care about comfort.
Oh,
Right.
you sweetheart.
Just because
Yeah, they
it's
have-
usually just my friends. I'm like, oh fuck it.
They have me on
Well,
every
now
week
we're
and beat me like
friends.
a pig. Like, get in the studio, boy.
Turn it up high so his bacon skin can
Squeal
sizzle.
for me.
Turn his levels down.
Make a joke.
Devin's just pulling your tail straight and quickly.
Richie hitting me with a cattle prod. Tell an interesting anecdote now.
How was your day today?
What funnier? What funnier?
What do you think about trans people?
Get him his feed. Force feeding.
Big bag on my face. You just put pie in the bag.
Leftover Chipotle parts.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You get all the beans.
Show me and Judge Joe Brown.
All right.
Yeah.
If your computer hasn't exploded at this point.
Dude, you could.
Yeah,
you could get like a small like AC.
We're gonna
I was
work
just
on it.
talking to him
we're gonna
about
do
it.
it.
Get a
Let's move
Dyson spin fan. They're very silent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. We'll have
Yeah.
you'll be back the first time.
Yeah.
we do it.
Not come on here promoting another YouTuber. I don't know that DC, that Dane, whoever. Don't come in my chat room talking about something that he's real history. No, he's not. Matter of fact, that person know nothing about history. He's like a pseudo historian. So
What the hell they talking about?
some Dane somebody.
Oh, yeah,
But
pause it real quick.
Dane Cook.
To give some quick context, they're apparently going to put up a statue of George Floyd, I think in like Philly or something, and that's what they're discussing.
Is the statue just parallel to the ground?
Yeah.
Does this statue have a gun to a pregnant woman's belly?
It's just wearing Tim's and getting sucked off. But
That's where the green screen you added me out for that clip.
I mean, it's a fact.
Did he do that? Did George Floyd do that?
It legitimately happened.
He held a gun to a pregnant woman's
to
belly?
rob her. Yes.
Who's robbing the baby?
Look it up. It's yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
I'm telling you.
Fuck this. Let's look at
It's on foundrymusic.com.
George
Floyd,
Floyd.
pregnant woman.
pregnant woman. All right. Well, Live from the Compound just came up. George Floyd's encounters with police.
somehow feel like Lemon Party's going to come up or something.
This is like an article. Also, be careful of the sources. I don't
Just-
want you to be like, well, Stormfront
Yeah.
says.
Yeah, just pull up Nick DePaul's YouTube channel.
yeah. Well, I'll take Ian's word for it. Who needs to do the
No,
research?
I mean, it's
There's no evidence to suggest a woman threatened at gunpoint by George Floyd during
That's
an armed
not
robbery
true.
for which he pleaded. That's on like a fake website.
yeah.
George Floyd, the New York Times Facebook, was convicted of a robbery while pointing a gun to the stomach of a pregnant woman, or am I mistaken? I bet you they like wiped this off the internet.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean-
absolutely. I'm telling you that New York Times article, it's dense, but I guarantee they like put it in at the end.
Okay.
I did watch his
Well-
porn video.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Was it
No.
good?
Yeah, yeah.
It was He wasn't bad.
He was a good lover.
Yeah. He had a.
He was in a porn?
Yeah, he was in
He was a porn star,
Yeah, you can literally go watch it. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. As
bet he
soon
had
as
a
you
pipe.
get,
He was a porn star.
I mean, yeah, he looked like every black guy. in porn.
Really?
Yeah.
and now
Oh,
his
yeah,
face
yeah.
is next to Malcolm X.
What? I know. And John Lewis.
Yeah.
What?
It's like insane.
Wait. He really?
He filmed like
White chicks
one
or black
porn video.
chicks?
Black chick.
Black.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a real classic, like shoes stay on,
Right.
porn in a room, in just a blank room, and at the beginning they're sitting next to each other. They both like.
Yeah.
It has an awkward start.
Interesting.
You know, not a high level of production value.
Yeah.
I heard he lost his breath a lot. Being on this topic is just like, hey, let's just ruin our lives.
Let's save it. Play Judge Joe Brown's take.
All
Nothing we've said.
All right, Judge.
Timed them out.
Is even
Don't come in
close.
my love room, honey, promoting someone who has no relevance when it comes to history
Skip her.
and all to exactly.
Some of these old scoundrels are getting out of hand, popping caps, is because it used to be they wouldn't do that because the grown men would hunt them down.
Exactly. Now
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And then they get the fool, and then the fools get to talking about they shot down another. Oh hell no! Act like you got some respect.
exactly.
Quit acting like that anyway.
Crime going up to like I have no pity.
Somebody came to me. Do you see what he did to me? I said, look, man, don't come over here out and knock the shit out of your ass if it been me.
Speaking of crime,
She's like,
I text you this. The city of Newark.
Joe Brown's like, I heard George Floyd was black.
I do not care for that.
Created
I've been a judge so long, I'm legally white now.
Bench in front of City Hall. In the city of Newark, New Jersey is predominantly black. It's been majority black since the 60s. Had the first black mayor in the 60s, right? There was so many other people that you could have made a statue of. Whether it's Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, Amari Baraka, because Barack Baraka, who was president, that was his father.
Put it this way. I'm cold-blooded. I don't give a fuck what somebody thinks about what I think. You know, let's say this. Look, you know what's bad about George Floyd? George Floyd is 6'7", 250 pounds, and he didn't get shot. Essentially got his ass whooped by a 5'8" tall, 135-pound white man.
Oh my God.
Who killed him with no weapons.
And he was crying.
Crying for his mama. And that is so damn embarrassing.
Actually, his girlfriend, he called his girlfriend Mama.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently that's who he was crying.
He was
for.
thinking about Big Mama's house.
Yeah. Lloyd Martin Lawrence. But no, like, do you call your chick like Mama or Mommy or something?
Not yet.
No.
Give it some time.
Yeah.
Edit that out, but not the George Floyd.
This is because you live in the Puerto Rican neighborhood. You think that's very common. That's just
Yeah,
Mommy.
mommy.
I mean,
Boniqua.
That's like a New York. It's got to be like
Boniqua.
more of a like New York neighborhood thing.
yeah. Or like, what's up, Mama?
What's up, Mama? Yeah. What's up,
Right?
little Mama? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't do that out here.
Yeah.
No.
I
don't think so.
I was thinking in your neighborhood, you said you lived Hasidic and Puerto Rican, and it was like two groups of people who were saying the N-word and shouldn't be.
Oh, hilarious.
Oh, no. Here we go.
No, what?
He wasn't being ironic at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was.
Jesus, Richie's a little defensive.
Nobody laughed. I mean, that's how you
I'm
usually.
fluent in sarcasm, but not irony.
All right, no more. Do we need?
Yeah,
more
I'm
of
just
this?
waiting for
Making
another
me
topic
sad.
to
let's
come
move
up.
on,
Yeah.
I guess. Apparently,
Yeah.
this
Bring up the
this
Uvalde
pushed it
shooting.
over
All
the
right,
edge.
let's get to the mom speaking on it.
Oh my God.
Bring up Matthew McConaughey. No.
Yeah. So what were you? Did you find it or no? You didn't.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's scrubbed from the internet.
It's scrubbed.
It is completely
It's like when
scrubbed.
I was really into Pizzagate at the very beginning of all the
Right.
Pizzagate stuff, because it wasn't just crazy people saying
Right.
like, well, there's a lot of weird stuff. Like, just what does this mean? What does this email mean? All their accounts got deleted on YouTube.
Well, I hate how I even was trying to look up because there's like 20 food processing plants that have burned to the ground this year.
Yes.
Which is like weird. So I was trying to like look it up because I like a conspiracy theory, but I like to get the real ones so I don't like lose credibility.
Right. Yeah.
And I was looking it up, and now if you look up any conspiracy theory, it's the first 5 pages are just blanketed with like fact check, false, Reuters, Snopes, all that shit. False, you're an idiot for thinking this. We don't have any proof that it's not a conspiracy. Like they'll just go on and on about that.
It's memory holding.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's legitimately like gaslighting to be like,
Yep.
oh, was I?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You look up like FBI agents messaging shooters and shit like that, and they'll do the exact same thing on that.
Yeah, like
You used to be able to find all the art that Marina Abramovich made that all these politicians bought and had in their in their homes and in their offices, which were insane pictures.
Yeah.
Like a line full of kids tied up with bright red asses and ball gags in their mouth.
Nuh-uh.
Like, literally.
Yeah, swear to God,
I
they're just
swear to
hanging
Christ.
up in their mansions.
Hanging up in their mansions.
Yeah.
You ever been to the Big Hunt in D.C. before it closed?
no.
Really? You never did comedy at the Big Hunt?
No.
It's downstairs place, weird, and it was dark, so I never really looked around. And then I remember I was there for like a month one time, and I started looking around. I was like, oh, this art's like weird as shit. Like
No.
it's weird, pedophilic art. I mean,
It's called the Devil's Basement.
It's called the Devil's Basement. But
and the
just,
owner is like a punk rock dude who loves that type of shit. It's not.
But DC is it was just a
Yeah.
little
In
weird.
DC,
There's a
it's a
weird
little-
thing going on in DC.
Yeah.
I used to.
It was also at the McDonald's, which was weird.
He'd
as
drive
well.
me home, and I just eye Comet Ping Pong. Like, what are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that what's that guy's name? Jack Probasaic or whatever.
Yeah.
He fucking ruined it by like doing
those
like
retards,
I'm a sovereign citizen to like Pizzagate, whatever,
Yeah.
and that just made it look like foolish. It's weird. Like some of these things, there is a sliver of legitimacy to it, and then the wrong people get a hold of it and they blow it up, and you discount it not because of what it is, but because of the messenger of who is speaking on it.
Right.
Every like conspiracy theory, I think, has like at least the air of the truth to it. Like even you remember like Alex Jones, they made fun of him because he said they're turning the frogs freaking gay.
Yeah.
If you look it up, there's literally a weed killer they allowed on the market for 30 years that were turning frogs in. They were making them trans. It's like an actual thing.
Really?
Frogs were being born without.
So they
male
were
or-
annoying in social situations.
Right.
Whoa!
all these frogs were getting
God.
booked on JFL.
So I want to marry them.
Yeah, he's like, the frogs are starting GoFundMes. They're in abusive housing situations.
That's why I saw Dave Chappelle stepping on all those frogs last night.
Oh my god! That's why I saw a frog ribbit out of his room at 4 a.m. when no one was looking.
Yeah, just him at the Hollywood Bowl with a big frog hopping at him, taking him down.
Jesus Christ!
No, but they
You know that frog's gonna stab his roommate.
I agree with that though. There is always a little sliver of truth, and then it just compounds on a conspiracy because you go like, well, I wouldn't think it's crazy to say that like the CIA brainwashed a guy into go into Comet Ping Pong and end the legitimacy of it. You know what I mean? Like
they've literally, there's been documented cases of they've messaged people who have like posted, I'm going to do something. And then they message them encouraging. There's a guy, he was like a Muslim from like, I think Minnesota.
Yes, and he was mentally deficient.
Yeah, he was mentally deficient. They messaged him, 2 different agents messaged him like being like, I'm a hot lady in a hijab. I want to marry you, but you need to like take us to Allah. Basically, he's like, I don't want to do it. I'm just going to kill myself. And they kept messaging him, and then he wouldn't do it, and then finally just arrested him for like conspiracy.
Oh,
That's like that chick that bullied her boyfriend into suicide.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
try
hot.
to like get sympathy because that's the thing. Like the FBI does that, and then they go, "Look, we stopped this act. Look how great we are. Patriot Act, good idea. Let's keep spying."
Yeah, I think there was even like reports that the Kenosha guy, the guy who drove through that parade, was like screaming like they made me do it. They kept telling me to do it. Like why they were arresting him.
Really?
I don't know if that's fact checked, but
Wow.
I think I saw that.
I don't believe anything naturally happens anymore. No. Like at all.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's something always.
Well,
else
I mean,
going
like,
on.
dude, Russian. That's funny how like the Cambridge Analytica thing went away when they legitimately proved that there were Russian troll farms sowing discontent in our political process. They made a Facebook group with a fake Muslim parade in Ohio. Sent out invites, whatever. Then sent it to like these like Republican groups, and then they made a fake anti-Muslim parade thing and actually got legitimate human people to leave their house and go to this thing and like fight each other.
Yeah.
Right.
For a thing that never existed, and they put it together.
They're doing like Sacha Baron Cohen like bits.
Yeah. Just fueling a culture war.
Yeah.
Totally.
The Russians are like the Fighter and the Kid Reddit.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
Yeah, then we got a bunch of homeless cats over there. Yeah, just Russian like gringo papi, not so good.
The Soviet Union, Papa.
It's like
Ukraine very dicey at the moment.
Go downvote Ukraine special.
You're looking good, Papa.
Oh, just Bobby Lee responsible.
They were sending Dalia fake text messages. I mean, it's crazy. Like, they are willing to go to any lengths to get these guys.
Yeah.
Everything's a conspiracy, bro.
Yeah. And also, dude, like the algorithm fucks us up. The algorithm, especially with TikTok, the shit it pumps into us, like, dude, it's all just like these young, like, it really is turning people into like pedophiles in a way, because it's like normalizing young kids being sexualized. And then because of my fucking algorithm, I'm like seeing this and I'm like, oh God. And then the next time I go to Google, it searches for child pornography. And I'm like, this goddamn algorithm. And then the government has been making me bus to this stuff.
The algorithm down.
This algorithm.
Hilarious.
This algorithm it downloaded Tor onto your computer.
Dude, I mean,
What the fuck, man? This algorithm, I went to this girl's house 15 hours away.
Yeah, you wanted to catch a predator talking about the algorithm.
Fucking Zuckerberg, man.
you're just like,
They make you do things.
Oh shit! I just love like you watching Catch a Predator. You see Ian walk through. They're like, "Hey man!" Does a spin real
I'm
quick.
such a goofy
you're just like, you're
bastard.
getting financed.
That's an elaborate finance.
Who here likes pizza and beer?
Take a seat. Or should I say, take a mulligan?
Can I get a mulligan?
Take a mulligan.
I didn't want to fuck this little girl. Can I get a mulligan, please?
Ian, take a seat in the podcast
It
studio
was.
real
I
quick.
blame Algae Rhythm. I was with the Space Jam 2 Don Cheadle character, Algae Rhythm.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's the Don Cheadle
Don
character
Cheadle
from Space
comes-
Jam. Yeah.
Jace, do you know anything about this? Because you're my guy that you read.
Sure.
I heard that Mark David Chapman disappeared for the week before he killed John Lennon.
Really?
Like, just there's no one has any clue where he was for about a week.
I never heard that, but
Well, the
Same
government
as-
was against John Lennon.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my parents are both huge Beatles fans, and I remember when I was a kid, like they were reading some book about Mark David Chapman, and there's like they were both immediately convinced. My dad like never goes into conspiracy. My mom is more inclined for that, but like they were both like, no, there's no explanation like for this week that he was just gone.
Right.
And then the first time he appeared was killing John
Yeah,
Lennon.
because the FBI and the CIA, they had like reams like of documents like on John Lennon. They were like tapping his phone and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
FBI saw him sitting in the bed with Yoko, and they were like, "This is fucking horseshit. I'll get you out of bed.
She's
How
so
about this?
ugly.
I'll fucking kill you."
She's so ugly. We gotta kill him.
Dude,
She
you
keeps
were
setting a
saying-
precedent.
You were telling me the other night about that guy that was like, yeah, they're like coke orgies in D.C., and then
Yeah.
immediately hours
Madison
later,
Cawthorn.
his
Yeah.
entire life was destroyed.
Literally, he was I think on a podcast. And he's like, yeah, there's DC coke orgies that happens. I've been invited, and then within 2 days, there was 10 different stories and videos of him like leaked online,
Yeah.
like just immediately.
You ever heard that story about that madam? I think it was in the 90s, maybe late 2000s.
Heidi Fleiss?
I can't remember.
What? You guys didn't
I don't
watch
get the
Real
reference.
Sex?
I remember Real Sex.
I watched Real Sex. I just don't remember.
I thought you were trying to say Barry Weiss. I misheard.
I wasn't. I'm
no,
not a
no.
real sex stan
Heidi
like you
Fleiss.
guys.
Barry
Dude,
Weiss had a sandwich shop.
But yeah,
She has a good podcast, by the way.
Does she?
Yeah. Big fan of
She
hers.
got based.
Yeah.
Dude, yo, do
She
you guys
left.
know?
She
do you
left
guys
the New York
know-
Times. Got based.
She used
You
to
guys-
date Kay McKinnon.
Did
Really?
she?
Yeah, they used to rub pussies up against each other.
I love that.
She got tired of Kate's bug eye face, doing characters in bed.
She saw her play Hillary at the piano, and she's like,
Oh my God.
I'm starting my own university."
Yeah, tried to play Hallelujah on her clit.
Oh fuck! That's great.
Anyway, who was saying what? What?
Yeah, somebody was saying something.
Somebody was trying to make.
Oh,
a
it's
point
Richie.
about
You said there was a
something.
madam.
Yeah, Madam in D.C., she released her like little black book and was outing all these politicians for going to her whorehouse, high-end whorehouse, and she was like killed a week later.
Yeah, I mean, there's so
It's
many
on
cases.
Wiki. It's like
Jesus.
There was
That's
two.
true, yeah.
I think this was.
Wait, look it up. I wonder if that's memory hold.
Dude, they're all literally
This
every
one you'll-
time I do this, I feel like I'm in a movie where I'm like
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
deleting my brain.
Yes,
This one will come
I'm
up.
telling you.
While he's looking up, there was also
What's that
two.
called? What do I?
If you type in like D.C. Madam
Okay.
murdered.
While he's looking up, there was also, this is like 4 years ago, there was two different congressional reps. I think one was from Arkansas, one was like from Alabama, and they were both trying to introduce legislature that would like crack down harder on sex trafficking.
Right.
Both of them, like within a week, shot dead in their house. Basically, that thing where they're like, "Yeah, robber broke in,
Yep.
shot him in the
Dude.
back of the head,
Shot them both and then rolled them up in rugs.
rolled him up in
Yeah,
rugs."
that's what everyone does. People kill themselves and then when they're dead, they roll themselves into rugs.
Yeah, they set up like a Reese's thing where they
Dude,
knock it
it-
down and they fall
Yes.
and die and then get rolled up.
It is insane because everything is moving away from books, which are hard facts. And now things can be edited and taken away, which is like the technological version of like burning a book to like rewrite history.
Right.
Because all this shit in the annals of history, it's going to be online. It's not going to be in actual like physical proof. Like you can't go into an Encyclopedia Britannica and fucking edit that.
And
that's fact.
And they can also use
Right,
the algorithm to like push certain narratives just to like lean people away from certain things or towards certain things. Yeah.
I mean, look how quickly like cursive was phased out.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody's getting taught cursive.
I can still do cursive and people treat it like I can speak Chinese. People
Yeah.
are like amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because when you do it, you're like, oh, that make it the oh.
Well, my cursive is I just write swastikas for everyone.
You're like, is that an S?
It's cursive.
It's just SS.
Right. I went to school in Texas.
Yeah, it's really gnarly, man, and it does make you feel like
Makes you
am
feel
I
fucking insane,
in
dude.
person.
So this actually somehow is on the internet,
No,
but it's
I knew this one would be there.
the DC madam, the woman who knew too
Yeah,
much.
but what website is this?
It's on
There's a
CNN.com. So
There's a wiki
wow.
for it.
Really?
So
It looks like
but it looks so old. Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
It says CNN.
Well, because I was very young, but I remember when it happened, and it was like on the news, and everyone just had this air about it, where
Convicted
they were just
DC
like,
man.
"Yeah, you know, that's what happens. You can't come."
Yeah.
with
Well, it's
powerful
just
And you were
people
in
like that."
D.C. at the time.
Yeah, I grew up there. Yeah, so
well, it's like the
Richie
Epstein
grew up
thing.
at Comet Ping Pong.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I was born in at the basement of Comet Ping Pong.
Well, it's like the Epstein thing. It's like, what the fuck? There's the camera doesn't work. This and that. La la la.
Yeah.
And then
I still have friends who are like, no, dude, he killed himself. Like you're being a conspiracy
well, that's
theorist.
the thing because so many people glom onto it, and then like bros that made Anchorman their personality are wearing sweatshirts that are like Jeffrey Epstein didn't
Yep.
kill himself with a Santa hat on,
Right.
Yep.
and then it's like, oh,
The conspiracy gets adopted by like dipshits that are like, I have many leather-bound books. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a joke.
yes,
It's just
and
a joke.
then
Yeah.
it's an eye roll and it goes away.
Yep.
But
Right.
it's like that's like a legitimate thing. Like, why is that not like?
It goes away, and then like later when Ghislaine gets
Yes.
convicted, there's absolutely no follow up on
Nobody
any
cares.
like
Yes.
think of like any conspiracy case. They follow up like a RICO case. They're like, we're going to get everybody involved with this. They painted it in the media as like this was a lone woman acting alone with Jeffrey Epstein. That was it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stephen Paddock, the largest shooting in American history. We know literally zero about.
zero
There's
about.
no info online
No
about
info.
it whatsoever.
Yes.
You can't find anything about what happened.
There's literally no way he could do the shooting.
Doesn't make any
There's-
sense.
There's thousands.
You can't even open the windows up there.
Yeah, because
Trust
everybody-
me, I've tried.
Yeah, I've tried to kill myself in Vegas. You can't do it.
Well, dude, it's a thing of like okay, so I totally agree with you, but then I go to the level of like, for what reason? Like, what is the nefarious puppet master reason? Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, I guess not. You know,
For
like,
Stephen Paddock, I know exactly what you're saying, but for Paddock specifically, there's like 30 different accounts of there was helicopters taking off and the guns were coming from the helicopters. A lot of people suspect that Stephen Paddock was basically an arms dealer, like working like Blackwater type shit, like underground for the government. It was a deal that went wrong. Saudi princes basically just started like shooting, or somebody started shooting into the crowd, and they basically like killed Paddock, blamed it on him.
really?
That's like that's literally the only thing I've heard from it that makes any sense.
Well, there's like
Yeah.
a conspiracy theory about the Oklahoma City bombing. And I
Yeah.
don't know like what the reasoning or like how that, but I there's I think his name was like Charles Yerke or whatever,
the security guard.
the police officer.
Oh, that's right.
It was the first one on site, and he publicly stated, there was like 2 guys. I saw this type van, whatever. And then he was like lauded as a hero. And then within the year, he was found dead in a field, stabbed up, shot in the back of the head, and was ruled a suicide.
And he was telling his wife during the time, he goes, if you knew what really happened, he's like, if I'd say what really happened, like, I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck? But then again, it's like, I don't know if I'm intelligent enough to like go to the next layer of that onion to find out like what's at the center of this, you know?
Right.
And then I just get distracted.
And then it's also tough because anybody, like, we're throwing this on YouTube, anybody can like take the time, look up everything, see where we're wrong, and we're probably wrong about a lot of stuff.
Sure. Except the pregnant thing.
But I don't accept that.
And that's
real.
That's the first clip from the podcast.
No, but that actually gets canceled out by how we started this whole thing, is that you can't trust any. Where are you going on the internet? That's the website that is in a book, and that it's defined.
Right. Exactly.
So they can go, like when Joe Rogan's like, let's fact check that, and people are all upset at him because he makes a mistake in a 3-hour podcast and they haven't fact checked it. It's like, well, what even is your fucking fact?
Yeah,
we live in a factless society. Like,
literally
we have no clue what's true.
And that's what I get pissed about. Is like, we're all blind people grasping for the truth.
Yeah.
And I think anybody who's like on our type of side is like, we know shit is fucked up, and we're trying to at least like think about like what's happening versus guys who are just like, it's all. The government is all above board. We haven't done anything wrong. You're just like crazy.
Fucking, there's this video clip of this ex-KGB operative Yuri Brezmenov that was filmed in like 1986, I believe, and it's called How to Brainwash a Nation. And he legitimately talks about psychological warfare where it takes multiple decades to demoralize a nation. And you have to first start with the education system and get communist ideas into the professors so that you get it into the younger people, so that then the government doesn't have to make these laws to subjugate the people. Subjugate?
Yeah.
Suppress the people.
Subjugate.
Suppress the people. You then manipulate them so that they suppress each other. There has to be like a catastrophic event, and then people will not know true from false until the boot is on their throat and the gun is in the back of the head, and then they won't even believe that still.
Right.
And he's like, espionage, people think it's a sexy, like spy thing, but it's just basically information and psychological warfare. And I totally believe that we are reaping the benefits of their sowing.
I think this is true. I think it was like Trotsky and Lenin, or maybe just Trotsky, was like basically kicked out of Russia, and I believe he was in Germany, and this is like all the way 90 years ago. Hitler literally sent at least Trotsky back into Russia to try and sow discontent during wartime amongst the masses. So it's like, that's like a principle that's gone back at least that far.
Well, me personally, in high school, I went to a school and spray painted this. I'm not going to say school names. This school sucks, blah, blah. Other school forever. Right. Other school rules. And then turf their lawn. And then went to the other school and spray painted like, this school sucks, blah, blah. And then there was a fight between these guys.
It's that easy.
My God.
Yeah.
So imagine at the level they have.
Yeah.
Like
my buddy put bleach in the field in the shape of a dick. We were just bored kids.
Yeah.
Imagine what I could do,
And then Stephen Paddock killed 60 people.
I know.
Michael Hastings? You ever heard of the Michael Hastings shit?
Yeah.
The car crash.
I've been to the tree where
he was blown up. He was blown up in his fucking car, and they drove him right into a fucking tree. We can go visit it after this if you guys want. It's one of my favorite places to go. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that the 9/11 Let's Roll thing was fake.
That is fake.
Yeah.
It's just to make us. It was to make us feel
to
more
like
patriotic, rah. Yeah.
That does disappoint me that it is fake, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that made me
that's
cry.
what I'm saying. Is that got to me where I'm like, I'm one of those fucking guys.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete, dude.
It was a cool thing.
Yeah,
totally.
We're cowboys.
And now, do we even know? Did they rush the cockpit? Like, was it even a thing?
Well, that's the thing. Like in the Ukraine war, the fucking death angel of Russia. Or whatever,
it was completely fake.
Oh yeah,
fake. Those guys that go,
the ghost of Kyiv.
Yeah. We're gonna kill you, and they're like, kill us, fuck Mother Russia. It's like, no, they were just captured and taken away.
Well, they even tried to release like official statements, like the angel of Kyiv or whatever he was called. He was passed away in a dogfight this morning, and then people are like, yeah, we're not finding any records, and they're like, oh, that was actually misinformation. Sorry.
Well,
about
dude,
that.
I'm like in a chat with like my old friends from high school, and I'm like, dude, this is like complete propaganda that we're falling for. It doesn't exist. And they're like, it helps the citizens get arms and fight back, so it's worth it. I'm like, but you think it's only happening here? I'm like, we were a huge propaganda machine for we still are.
It's insane.
And also that like that same metaphor, even with the war in Ukraine, the fact that gas is $8 a gallon. You literally see Chevron, Exxon, and BP just posted like their first quarter profits for the year. I think BP is 400% increased profit from last year. Chevron's 200. I think Exxon just posted their highest quarter in literally 20 years. It's people using misinformation, and all those people pay congressmen. They have the biggest lobbyists there are.
Well, Biden the other day, what the fuck did he say? He was like, the Putin increase is what's really getting it. Like, he's blaming everything on that.
Yeah,
and then
like no responsibility
his
whatsoever.
tweet surface are like, when I'm president, I will take accountability.
His tweets are like he's still running for president. He's like, when I'm president, I'm going to do something about this gun stuff.
Someone should do something. The cartoon was so fucking great.
Oh,
You're
thank
the president,
you.
man.
You're literally like the president. You have the most power of any man in the world.
It's total insanity, dude. That's like Trump being like, well, if only someone would come along and, turbo speed this vaccine, Right. I did make the mistake, though, the other day and, like, arguing in my group chat. I was like, no, honestly, dude, like, name one fucking bad thing Trump did. Like, what? Seriously, man. Like, we're in a worse situation now. And then they listed all this shit. And I was like, I'm going to be honest. You guys are right. You guys are totally right. I was wrong. I didn't think it through.
I get so
kind of a bad guy.
I get so caught in that, like, in my Woker group chats where they'll just, like, say something annoying and I'll just, like, push my little hat forward and be like, I love Trump. And and then they're like, well, this. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
My mistake.
I'm sorry.
Can you light my candle for me?
I'm actually gay.
I'll be in the corner of the room eating my bag of baby penises.
Yeah. I don't care. I'm not but all I know is our lives are like way worse right now under Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Like, it's way more difficult to get gas. I mean, it's like cost of everything's more.
I totally agree, but my thing is like every president gets blamed for the transgressions of the prior administration. Right. So I don't know what is Trump's fault and what is Biden's.
And that's also like
can I just say real quick?
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
I just know that Biden promised that everything would be better and nothing bad would happen. So it's like that's worse, I feel, because he truly literally sold us a bag of lies and everyone bought into it, and it's
he also just doesn't have the mental capacity to even pretend to explain to us like why it's that bad. He just goes like, blame Putin, and he just like wanders off into an airplane.
The Putin price hike.
It's just so annoying. It's just so frustrating with how hard his life is.
Oh, I was just going to say very quickly that's the hard thing is like also there was like a price gouging bill on gas that the Dems did put forward. And every Republican voted against it. It didn't pass. But at the same time, the Dems could literally end the filibuster at any moment, and they don't do it. So it's almost like you feel gaslighted for being like, well, the Republicans suck, but it's like the Democratic Party like using that to like they have a chance to like undo all of this.
It's as if they're not working for us.
It's crazy.
Can I be honest, man?
Hunch. Yeah.
You know what I realized? Like truly, I think the pandemic ultimately showed us that like. I don't think people are afraid of dying. I think they're afraid of living.
Should we end on that?
Yeah, let's end on that.
Let's go get some
we
fucking
shouldn't
food.
do a mulligan. Come on, whip your penis out.
All right, patreon.com/HateWatchPodcast. Ian, there's a couple thousand people you could maybe you'll get a follow.
First of all,
great Insta.
I loved this, and I'm a big fan of the podcast.
Thanks, man.
And I'm a fan of you guys.
This was
and
awesome.
I'm so glad that we are friends.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Same.
It's so weird to like be it's like a weird online thing, but it's almost like more real than living in the same area in a way because you like
it's weird like when I was getting like sober I wasn't never as bad as Ian of course but I would call Ian all the time and he would help me through all this. It was like weird meeting him in person for the first time.
We had never met.
I tried to kiss him, he punched me.
And then I went home and jerked off to him. iAnimal69, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Next weekend, June 17th, 18th, going to be at Royal Comedy Theatre, Toronto, Canada. Weekend after that, Columbus, Ohio, Natalie's Grandview. July, headline Cleveland Hilarities, American Comedy Company, Governor's Long Island. Lots of stuff coming up. Come on out, hear a joke, have a smoke, and suck my dick.
Hell yeah. Thanks for listening.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.